There are stories that begin with laughter, others with a storm, but this one begins with silence. A silence so heavy it presses into the corners of a boy's heart, where questions live and answers never come. This is the story of Jamie and his father, and the letter that changed everything. Chapter 1: The Boy Who Waited. Jamie was 12. He didn't laugh much. Didn't cry either. Not since the funeral. His mother's death had split the world in two. Before and after. Before, there were warm breakfasts and Sunday stories on the porch. After, there was cold cereal, a locked study door, and a father who spoke only in sighs. Jamie didn't hate his father. He missed him. Even though he was right there, across the hall, breathing, walking, existing, he felt gone. Every day, Jamie would come home from school, toss his backpack aside, and glance toward the study. The door was always shut. Sometimes, he'd knock. He never knew why. The knocks were never answered. Chapter 2: The Man Behind the Door. Richard was a mechanic. He fixed things. Engines, gears, wheels. But he couldn't fix a broken heart. His wife's laughter still haunted the hallway like wind through a cracked window. And every time he looked at Jamie, all he saw was her smile. Too painful to bear. So, he buried himself in silence. In oil-stained overalls. In late nights. He thought he was protecting Jamie by pulling away. He didn't realize silence was just another kind of scar. Chapter 3: Rain and Wishes. It was a Tuesday. Rain tapped the roof like an impatient visitor. Jamie sat by the window, watching drops race down the glass. He whispered to no one, "I wish you'd talk to me." Behind him, the study door creaked open. Just for a second. And then closed again. He didn't know it. But his father had heard him. And his hands trembled. Chapter 4: A Hidden Box. Weeks passed. Spring tiptoed in, painting the town with color Jamie didn't notice. One afternoon, he climbed into the attic, chasing the smell of old paper and wood. He liked it there. It felt like time paused in the dust. In a corner, under a torn blanket, he found a wooden box. Simple. Locked. Except the key was inside. He opened it. Letters. Dozens of them. All addressed to him. His heart stopped. Chapter 5: A Father's Voice on Paper. The first letter was dated a week after the funeral. Dear Jamie, I don't know how to be your father right now. I'm trying. But all I can do is write. Each letter bled with sorrow, love, and guilt. Letters he never sent. Some talked about his mother. How she made pancakes too thin, and how she danced in the kitchen barefoot. Some were apologies. For the missed birthdays, the closed doors, the silence. Tears fell onto the pages as Jamie read. He hadn't known. His father had never stopped loving him. He had just forgotten how to show it. Chapter 6. The door opens. That evening, Jamie didn't knock. He simply opened the study door. Richard looked up, startled. His son was holding the letters. Every one of them. Jamie didn't speak. He didn't need to. He crossed the room slowly and hugged his father for the first time in 4 years. Richard broke. The walls he'd built shattered in one embrace. They cried. Together. Chapter 7. New mornings. Mornings changed. Richard made breakfast. Burnt toast, but effort. Jamie laughed again. They started walking to school together. Talking. Even if it was just about the weather, it was more than before. The house wasn't fixed, but it was healing. The letters stayed in the attic. Jamie didn't need to read them anymore, because now he was writing new ones, out loud, every day with his father. Epilogue. The last letter. Years later, after Richard passed, Jamie stood at the old house. He opened the wooden box once more. At the bottom was one final envelope, never seen before. Yellowed, sealed carefully. Jamie opened it with trembling hands. Dear Jamie, if you're reading this, it means I finally found the courage to speak with you. I hope by now we've found our way back to each other. If not, then let this be your reminder. I always loved you, even in the silence. Love. Dad. Jamie smiled through tears and whispered, I know.